Michigan wins 81-71 to finish their road trip out west 2-0, end up being Oregon. Truly what Michigan needed to do, especially coming off of a difficult loss at home against Wisconsin. They needed to get right. They were able to go out west and do so. I thought that Oregon, to a ton of credit to them, played pretty well overall. It's been a really, really difficult year for Oregon, obviously, without having Shellstat and Biddle in this game. That makes it a little bit harder to win this type of game, but also they haven't been healthy for the most part this year. And Biddle and Shellstat, in my opinion, are their two best players. Sean Stewart, I thought, played great in this game. 22 points, though, 10 for 14 from the field. I thought Oregon overall actually got pretty good performances from their forwards, from their big men. You also have to talk about Quinn Evans as well. He went 6 for 13. He had 18 points. Simpkins also put in 12 points, was decently efficient. Lynn did put up 11 points, wasn't efficient whatsoever, went 2 for 12, 1 for 7 from 3, shot 33% as a team, which is all right. It's not great, not bad. But when you're going up against Michigan, obviously you need to shoot the ball really well. And Oregon, for the most part, shot the ball from two decent, about 42, 43% from the field, and they actually had the lead going into halftime. It was 41-40, end up having a three going into the lead to take that a little bit of advantage, but it truly was the second half where Michigan was able to kind of separate themselves. And it truly starts out with a guy that had a great response from his last game, Elliot Cadeau. Elliot Cadeau, last game against Washington, had 0 points. He put up 17 points in this game, 5 for 8 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3. What a response from Elliot Cadeau. This was what Michigan needed, especially from the guard play. Namari Burnett also had a good game as well, 15.6 for 10 from field, 3 for 7 from 3. Michigan shot the three at 39%, 9 for 23 from 2, almost 50%. This is the type of Michigan play and Michigan guard play that I think they're going to need this year. They're going to always kind of have at least consistent play at the forward and center positions, which they, in this game, Mara had 12 points, Morez had 9 points. But when you kind of try to shut down those guys for the most part, which I don't know if they necessarily did, they just didn't take a ton of attempts. I think Oregon did a decent job of forcing the ball out. They kind of, again, the way the defense played really let Elliot Cadeau and Amari Burnett, LJ Kaysen hit a three in this game. You also Will Cherry hit a couple threes in this game as well. If that's the type of play that Michigan's going to get from the guards, it's going to be really, really difficult to beat them, just because obviously when you have the big men that Michigan does that can be so efficient, that can truly dominate down low, if you're going to force Michigan to take shots from the outside and they hit them, that's a big reason why they were able to truly kind of take control in the second half. And then if you look at just the overall how the teams played, Michigan had 14 turnovers and Oregon only had 11 in this one. Turnovers, points off turnovers was huge. That was another big reason why Oregon was in this game. It was 21 points to Oregon, 8 points to Michigan off turnovers. And there were several times off turnovers where Oregon was able to get easy buckets. It was basically a touchdown at that point. Now, I do think that Michigan's going to be completely fine. Fast break points was pretty even. Points in the paint was pretty even. So at the end of the day, am I super concerned about this game, especially going on the road, winning by 10 to an 8-10 team? No, absolutely not. It's really, really difficult to go on the road to be a Big Ten team in this type of environment, right? Like, this isn't an Oregon team that is playing great basketball right now, but this isn't also the best we've seen from this Michigan team. This is a Michigan team that shot the ball well, that played well, that if they get help from the guards, going to be really, really difficult. And that's a big reason why, again, like I said, they were able to kind of take control in the second half. It truly seemed like after really kind of the 17, 16 minute mark is where Michigan was able to kind of get control a little bit and really never kind of give it back. It went kind of back and forth here and there. Obviously, the big second half definitely did help. Yaxel wasn't able to really contribute too much offensively. 6 points, wasn't efficient very much at all. But at the end of the day, when Elliot Condon and Amari Burnett ends up putting up 32 points for you, and then you obviously have Amara and Morris Johnson. I don't think you're going to need a whole ton of anything else, because just the way Michigan plays defense, just the way that they truly make it difficult for you to hit shots. If you hit shots on the outside like Wisconsin did, we obviously see what can truly happen against a Michigan team. You can beat them, but Oregon did not do that this time. I did think it was a pretty decent home atmosphere for Oregon. I think Oregon had a really good first half. I think Oregon had a really, really good first half, and this would have been an opportunity for Oregon to get a marquee win. Right, like this is the number 4 team in the country, but they're the number 4 team in the country for a reason. Michigan doesn't make very many mistakes. They are a team that really can push you. They're a team that you have to play very, very well against. And while Oregon didn't have their best guys, it just wasn't good enough. And if they had a show set, if they had a bill, maybe this game changes a little bit. But also, we don't know what Sean Stewart does, right? Like Sean Stewart was kind of the go-to guy for Oregon in this game, and it was worth it, right? Like he showed that he can be the guy. And I think if you're Oregon, you continue to go through Sean Stewart. If you're Oregon, you're also hopefully going to get a little bit more from your guard play. Hopefully they can hit a few more shots, especially Lynn. He didn't shoot the ball from 3 very, very well, 1 for 7, like I said earlier. So you need a little bit more consistent shooting from him, more consistent shooting from just guard play as a whole. Simpkins was actually pretty solid, though. I do want to give him credit. He was pretty solid for the most part. Yeah, but overall, good win for Michigan. Good win for Michigan. Not a great team. This was Michigan needing a win, even though that this isn't a very great Oregon team. Because even though it's difficult to win on the road in the Big Ten, it's difficult to go out west and go 2-0. They needed to gain a little bit of momentum. They need to kind of calm any concerns that this Michigan team has. And I think they did that. I think full credit to not only the Michigan team, but the coaching staff as well. I think Dusty May has done a good job and have won 2 games by 10 points on the road in the Big Ten. And now they're going to head back home. They're going to be able to kind of rest up a little bit. Was able to survive the West Coast trip. And I think that's the biggest thing is when you are a Big Ten team that wants to win the Big Ten, that wants to be competitive in the Big Ten, if you can go on the road and go 2-0 in your West Coast trip, you feel pretty good about it. You feel pretty good about that you might have picked up a game. And while the West Coast teams, in my opinion, might not be the greatest this year, just not easy to do. And Michigan was able to do it the last 2 games. We were able to win by double digits the last 2 games. And full on credit to Michigan, full on credit to Elliot Cadeau, Dave Mara, Morez Johnson, Namari Burnett, key contributors on this road trip. Mara Johnson last game against Washington, Elliot Cadeau, Namari Burnett this game. So good win for Michigan. Good result for Michigan. We'll see how this continues. We'll see how teams continue to attack this Michigan team. But Oregon was successful with a little bit of it. Not successful shooting outside. And that was the big deal at the end of the day and the big reason why they lost by 10. So thank you for tuning in. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. I will talk about Michigan's next game. And if you're a Michigan State fan, the next episode will be about Michigan State, Washington, and maybe preview Michigan State, Oregon coming up.